Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Online. Can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? Yes, Mahesh. Good. Okay, so we'll wait for 2 minutes because few people they need to come. So the DevOps class, I think it got over just now itself only. So I'm waiting for them. So we'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start LVM concept, right? So today concept, logical volume management, right? Right. So let's get started. So today we are going to discuss about LVM, logical volume management, right? So guys, before we discuss about standard partitions means we'll have one bread and we are trying to making slices, right? The slice, can we increase the slice size? You made few slices, guys. We have a bread, right? So for example, what kind of bread that is? Sandwich bread. Sandwich bread will have, right? So if you are trying to making multiple pieces, can we increase the piece size? It's not possible, right? Once if you're dead, that's it. You are unable to increase the size of your bread slice, right? Like the same way yesterday we discussed standard partition. Standard partition size, we are unable to increase. Standard partition size, we are unable to increase. Remember. So if you're unable to increase the standard partition size, then in real-time environment, you are going to face many complications. Because once if you fix 2 GB, that is 2 GB only. You are unable to increase 2 GB to 4 GB. While you are trying to increasing 2 GB to 4 GB, you are going to lose the file system. See, if you're losing file system, what will happen? You're going to lose the data. Yes, no. So file system, if it is loose, means you're going to lose the data. We are unable to get the data. We should get the backup, and those are different story. So that's why they introduced to us LVMs, logical volume management. Actually, what is the use of LVM? Sense we can increase the partition size, we can reduce the partition size without losing file system. Means without losing data, we can increase the partition size and we can reduce the partition size. So it's very help to us into real-time environment. According to your requirement, you can increase the size of your storage without losing any file system. I hope you got it, guys. So let's see here, one small scenario I'll teach you, a real-time related scenario. For example, assume this, we are trying to starting one small startup, right? So while you're trying to starting the startup at the time, we have only 10 people, 10 developers, 10 members, they're working as a developers, right? So every day they're writing the code, they need to store the code, they need to save the code. So we need hard disk. It may be cloud hard disk, it may be your cloud hard disk also we are going to get into market. So purchase the cloud hard disk, 2 TB cloud hard disk, 4 TB cloud hard disk license they're going to provide. Okay. So the 2 TB hard disk means it's a 2 TB only. You are unable to increase 2 TB to 4 TB. I hope you got it, guys. So assume this, we have one hard disk. This hard disk size is a 1 TB. According to our environment at present, 1 TB is more than enough. 1 TB HDD is more than enough. What happened, guys? 1 TB HDD is more than enough at present for 10 people. So 10 numbers, every day they're writing the code. They're going to store the code. They're going to save the code into this 1 TB hard disk, right? After a few days, we got a new project. Maybe after 6 months, we got a new project. Again, we recruit 10 to 20 more people. Total 30 to 40 people will have into our organization. For them, this 1 TB is enough. So it's not enough, right? So because the project is it got increased and members manpower also it got increased. So always we need to increase the storage. That's it now, guys. For 10 people, 1 TB, maybe if we having 40 people, at least we need to purchase one more TB, right? One more, we need to increase 1 TB to 2 TB. So this is, assume this is one physical hard disk. This hard disk capacity is of 1 TB, right, guys? So now, can we increase this hard disk 1 TB to 2 TB? It's possible. If it is possible, no one they're going to purchase the hard disk. One-time investment, that's it. Yes, no. So no one they're bothering about hard disk. No one they're going to bother about the storage. If it is having like this feature. Yes, no. So 1 TB means 1 TB only. We are unable to increase 1 TB to 2 TB, 2 TB to 4 TB like that. Yes, no. Then what we need to do? Instead of 1 TB hard disk, now we need to purchase at least 2 TB. I hope you got it, guys. We need to purchase at least 2 TB. Are you going to get this 2 TB hard disk for free of cost? So it's a very expensive. So normal hard disk, if you go to normal hard disk SSD, so 10,000 to 15,000 like this, they're charging for 2 TB. Yes, no, it's a very expensive. And one more thing. So guys, if you need hard disk means, so immediately they are not going to provide for you. Remember, in organization, immediately you are not going to get the requirements. We need to provide the instruction to our senior, and that guy, he need to raise some tickets. Boss, we require hard disk. We need to increase the space like this. Then we need to get the approval. Then finally, they are going to get the hard disk. It will take time. Right? And okay, you purchased 2 TB hard disk, right, guys? So now What about this 1 TB? You're connected 2 TB hard disk. Okay, it's good. We have 1 TB data into this 1 TB. We need to transfer entire 1 TB data into the 2 TB. How much time it will take? It will take time, right? And one more thing, after replacing with 2 TB, what about this 1 TB hard disk? We need to keep into OLX. That's it, na guys. So are you going to get your revenue? No. So in OLX, hardly you're going to get 2000, 2000 rupees like that, right? Yes, no. So to overcome those kind of drawbacks, what we are doing in the sense, instead of purchasing the 2 TB hard disk, we are going to purchase only 1 TB hard disk. Compared to 2 TB, it's a cheaper, right? So we are going to purchase one more TB, 2 different hard disks will have, right guys? With the help of those both the hard disk, while you are trying to starting the organization, at the time, we need to deploy the LVMs. So 2 different hard disk will have. This hard disk size is 1 TB. This hard disk size is 1 TB. So we are going to use those both the hard disks and we are trying to creating one volume group. What is that? VG, volume group, shortcut VG. So this is one volume group. Got it, guys? So clear? Yes, no? So this is one volume group. So with the help of this volume group, we are going to add those both the hard disk into this volume group, guys. So let's see. This is VG. So VG. So this is volume group. We are going to add those both the hard disk into this volume group. See guys. So this is 1 TB hard disk. We are going to add into this volume group. And this is another hard disk. We are going to add into this volume group. Right guys. Now it will become how much? 2 TB. Sorry guys, 2 TB, not 1 TB, 2 TB each. So clear, ఇట్లాంటి బాగా కనుక్కుంటారు ఆన్సర్లు అడిగితే మాత్రం క్వశ్చన్లు అడిగితే మాత్రం చెప్పరు టైప్ మిస్టేక్లు ఓకే ఎనీవే అట్లీస్ట్ యూ డెడ్ సంథింగ్ అదేదో అంటారు కదా కొంచెమైనా ఏదో ఫోకస్ చేస్తున్నారు సో లెట్స్ సీ గైస్ యా సో దిస్ ఇస్ VG 2 TB. So VG stands for volume group. This volume group size is 2 TB. With the help of this VG, we are going to create LVM. With the help of this VG, what we are going to do? We are going to create LVM, logical volume management. Guys, if you want to, you can create multiple LVMs. If you want to, you can create single LVM according to your requirement. Got it, guys? So if you want to, you can create multiple LVMs. If you want to, you can create single LVM, your wish. Maybe if you need 2 TB, you can create. It's not like this, the entire 2 TB volume you need to use. So if you want to, you can use, for example, nowadays we require 500 GB. Maybe in future, we need to update. We need to increase the size 500 to 1 TB. You can. 1 TB to 1.5 TB. You can. If you want, you can reduce again 1.5 TB to 1 TB. I hope you got it, guys. So what is the use of LVMs? According to our requirement, we can extend the partition size. We can increase the partition size, and as well as we can reduce the partition size. I hope you got it. Without losing file system. Without losing file system, we can increase, we can reduce the partition size. This is a main concept of LVM. So because of that reason, we are going to use LVMs into real-time environment. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no? Right. So this is a concept. According to this diagram, now we are going to deploy LVMs. We are going to perform few practical session. Guys, coming to our operating system. So did you remember while we were installing the operating system at the time, how many partitions we did? 4 partition. Did you remember? I used manual partitioning schema instead of automatic. So we used manual there. So I said, keep LVM only. Don't change LVM to standard like that. I'll tell you later like that, right? So LVM mount point we used there. So if you're using LVM mount point, what will happen in the sense? Automatically VG and LVM set will create. Volume groups and LVM set will create. Now you are going to understand exactly while you're trying to installing the operating system, how we did the partitions. Then actually that is a standard are LVMs. Now you are going to understand. We used LVM mount point, right? So that's why automatically it will create VG volume group with the help of volume group. So we did multiple partitions. Those are LVMs. Root, swap, home, those are LVMs. Let's see here. Then you are going to understand now. Guys, from Monday onwards, networking concept. So it's very useful for you people because without networking, it's a bit difficult to you people to deploy the infrastructure into your environment, right? So after completing the networking, SSH also I will teach you. This SSH, it's very useful for you to deploy the Ansible kind of lab, right? So this is our hard disk. So this hard disk size is a 40 GB. While we are trying to creating the virtual machine at the time, we provided 40 GB hard disk space for that virtual machine, virtual hard disk space, right? So we used LVM, right? I hope you remember, right? So let's see guys here. SDA1. Actually, this SDA1 size is 400 MB. SDA1 size is 400 MB, guys. Okay. This is 400 MB, right? So this 400 MB for whom? Boot. So boot partition. So this is boot mount point. This boot size is a 400 MB. Recommended size 200, but I have given 400 while we are trying to installing the operating system at the time. Right, guys? So now this is boot partition. So this is boot partition. SDA. Right. So SDA 1 for whom? Boot partition. Got it, guys? Next. Automatically, we used LVM, right? LVM mount point, right? So that's why automatically what it will do in the sense, it is going to create one more partition. That is SDA2. Actually, SDA2 size is 30 GB. SDA2 size is 30 GB, right? So with SDA2 size, we did, actually we used LVM, right? Automatically, operating system, it will create one LV called RHEL. This is VG, not LV, guys, VG. So operating system, it will create one VG called RHEL. This is volume group. Got it? This is volume group. So with the help of this volume group size is 30 GB. 30 GB volume group. This is RHEL volume group. So this volume group size is 30 GB, right? So with the help of this 30 GB volume group, what we did 3 partitions. One is root forward slash, right? So forward slash size 12 GB, I think, right? So forward slash size is a 12 GB. The next we did one more partition called, okay, home or swap, both we did, right? Home slash home, I think for slash home 8 GB. And we did one more partition called swap. Guys, those three partitions are LVMs. Swap. So with this VG, with the help of this VG, okay, this is VG volume group. With the help of this VG, what we did? So we did three partitions. Those three are LVMs. I hope you're clear. So those are not standard partitions. Those are LVMs. So now, like this we did. So I hope you're clear. Yes, no. So if you want, you can check hierarchy. So if you want, you can check. So how to check? LSBLK is a command, right? What happened, guys? Need to purchase new exchange. ఎవరికి దీనికి ఎక్స్చేంజ్ పెడితే ₹1000 ₹2000 కూడా రాదు. అది ఎప్పుడుదో 7 years ల్యాప్టాప్. మొత్తం నేర్చుకున్నాను దీని మీద నేను. G58 మీ ల్యాప్టాప్ కూడా అదే కదా, రైట్? డబ్బా మార్చినాం మొన్న, ఇరిగిపోయింది పైన క్యాబినెట్. So let's see, guys. Yeah, login as a root user. LSBLK is a command, then hit enter. See, guys, SDA is our hard disk name. It's a 40 GB hard disk. SDA1 400 MB. It's a boot partition. SDA2 total approximately 30 GB, right? RHEL is a VG volume group. With RHEL VG we did root. So this is a mount point for root partition / swap mount point, home mount point. SR0 means your image file. This is a mount point for image file. We have the removable media inside the run media, right? So that's why it's showing run media student, and inside the student user will have RHEL 7.0 TBT. So I hope you got it exactly what we did in the day one. So at the time you don't know, because I am unable to teach. Even if I am trying to teaching, you are unable to understand. You don't know much about partitions. You don't know much about fdisk command and those all stuff, right? So that's why I ignore that. And then now I hope you're clear exactly what we did there at the time. LVM, if you're using, means automatically it is going to create the LVMs. It will create one volume group and it will create the logical volumes with the help of that volume group. RHEL is a default volume group, and those three are LVMs, logical volume management. Root, swap, home. Means we can increase root size. But here it's not possible because we don't have much space. So you need to delete the 30 GB. Again, you need to add some memory into 30 GB, then we can increase. I hope you got it, right? So because of that reason, maximum people, they are going to use LVM while we are trying to installing the operating system. Maybe in future, if it is full, we can increase the root partition without losing any file system, without disturbing anything. I hope you got it, right? Okay, now our concept. We need to do few practical session, then only you are going to understand exactly how we need to work with LVMs, right? So guys, if you want to can add one more hard disk, it's not a problem. So maybe you people, you are very experts in AWS and DevOps. So you people, you can do one thing, launch one instance. Who doesn't have the proper laptop? Launch one instance, add 2 EBS volumes. GP2 or GP3, your wish, whatever. If you want, you can add. If you want, you can use IO1, IO2 also, if you're having huge money, okay? So better to use GP2, GP3, that's best, okay? So add two different EBS volumes, like two different hard disks, right? Then what we need to do, I will tell you now. You know how to how to attach the EBS volume to the EC2 instance in Linux operating system, I hope, right? So clear. So now let's see here. Can we add another partition in? We can add one more partition also. It's not a problem in VG. It's actually in VG we can add. So Pankaj, give me some time. Let it complete. Then I am going to teach you. Okay. You are asking like future questions. So everything I'll tell you how to add the one more volume into VG. Okay. So let's see here. So now what I'm doing in the sense, instead of adding one more hard disk, we have 10 GB space, right? I'm going to use the 10 GB space for performing the LVM practical session. Got it, guys, right? So let's see here. You know how to create the partitions, right? How to create the partitions, you know, right? With the help of fdisk command. So it's a very simple. See, guys, this is one more partition, SDA3. Instead of adding new hard disk, I'm creating partitions. That's it, okay? So SDA3 2 GB partition. This is also primary. Three primaries will have SDA1 primary, SDA2 primary, SDA3 also primary. Remaining space 8 GB will have. So I'm going to convert this total 8 GB into extended. Got it, guys? We are going to convert this 8 GB into extended partition. So 4 is a extended partition. Total 8 GB will have. Total 8 GB will have. This is extended partition. With the help of extended, what I'm doing in the sense, I am going to create one more partition, that is logical drive. That is logical drive. So I'm going to create logical drive with 4 GB. This is primary, this is primary, this is primary. So SDA4 is extended. So total 8 GB size will have. From 8 GB, what we did? 4 GB partition we did again. That is SDA5. Idem kanukola? Kanukonara, right? So SDA5. Got it, guys? So clear. You know how to create the partitions. You know very well how to create the partition. Past 2 days onwards, we are discussing how we need to create the partitions and those all stuff, right? So now this partition, now we are trying to creating LVM, right? So SDA3 is a 2 GB size will have. Now we are going to convert this SDA3 as a PV. PV means physical volume. Got it, guys? So we are trying to converting this SDA3 partition into physical volume, right? PV. So physical volume, right? So let's see, guys, here. This partition is converted into PV. With the help of this PV, we are going to create VG, volume group. First, what we need to do, we need to create the partition. So if we having space, right, if we having EC2 instances, instead of creating the partition, you are unable to create the partition in EC2. You need to attach the EBS volume, because so it is going to get only 8 GB in EC2 by default for root volume. Better to add two different partitions, two different EBS volume. You can do the practice. It's not a problem. So at present in my laptop, I doesn't have much space. So that's why what I am doing. So I have 10 GB raw space. With the help of the raw space, I'm trying to performing the LVM practical session now. Got it, guys? So now what we are doing, we are trying to creating one VG with the help of this PV. So this is one VG volume group. So how we need to create this volume group? With the help of PV. So this is VG. So VG size how much, guys? 2 GB. 2 GB. Okay. So 2 GB. Right. So this is 2 GB VG. So how we need to create? With the help of PV, physical volume. This is physical volume. Then we did 1 Vg with the help of this physical volume. Got it, guys? Now using this Vg, we are going to create LVM. Simple. So what is the use of LVM? We can increase the partition size and we can reduce the partition size without losing any file system. So if you want to can create, till 2 GB partition, it's not a problem. But I'm trying to creating at present, I need only 400 MB. That's enough for me. So this is 400 MB LVM. I hope you got it, guys. Right. According to this diagram, now you are going to perform few practical sessions. With the help of this diagram, you are going to perform few practical session. So you can increase 4 GB to 400 MB to 600 MB, 600 MB to 400 MB, like this we can. Got it, guys? Till 2 GB size we can. So with the help of this diagram, now we are going to perform LVM practical session, right? So first what we need to do? So we need to create the partitions, right? So how to create the partition? Fdisk dev sda. And to create the new partition, P primary, third partition, first sector, don't give anything. Last sector, we need to define 2 GB. This is Linux partition. P to print the partition table, SDA3, 2 GB, 83 is a partition ID and it's a Linux. But we need to convert this type as a Linux LVM, Linux to Linux LVM. So how we need to change the partition type? T is an option. Yesterday we did, right? We changed the Linux to Linux Map Solaris, right? Like the same way, T is a option. To whom? Third partition, right? If you don't know about LVM ID, use capital L, then hit enter. See, guys, you are going to get the 8E. 8E is a partition ID for, means X code is a X code for LVM. So it got converted from LVM, Linux to Linux LVM. So P to print the partition table. See, guys. So before we'll have 83, now it became 80. Clear? Now again, we are going to create one more partition. And so extended partition, the total 8 GB I have converted into the extended. With the help of extended, we are trying to creating logical drive. So first sector, we should not give anything. Last sector, I'm trying to providing 4 GB. Now Linux partition, it got created. We need to convert Linux to Linux LVM. So T, same guys, T, fifth partition, 8E. P to print the partition table. See, guys. So very simple. Already we know how to create the partition. So additionally, what we are doing today, we are going to change the type of the partition, Linux to Linux LVM. That's it. So W to save, we are back to terminal. Then we need to update what we did the modification. So kernel, you should understand, you need to accept the updates, what we did the modification, everything, right? So what we need to do, we need to execute partprop command. With the help of partprop command, so kernel, it is going to accept the new partition table. Got it, guys? Next. As of now, I hope you're clear. So according to this diagram, we are going to create PV. So this partition, we are trying to converting into PV, right? So how to create the PV? Guys, very simple commands. No need to write. Easily you can remember. It's not a big deal. PV create is a command. That's it. Physical volume creation. That's it. PV create is a command. DEV SDA3. Now physical volume SDA3 successfully created. So whether it got created or not, we need to verify. PVS, not TVS, PVS, okay? PVS, physical volume status. So DEV SDA3. Already we have one physical volume called SDA2. It belongs to operating system. This physical volume, it having RHEL volume group. And LVM version 2. 2 means version 2. Attributes, all attributes, 30 GB. And then we have only 4 MB free space. That's it, means approximately entire 30 GB we got utilized for our operating system. For root boot swap, sorry, for root home swap, not boot. Okay. So DV SDA3, just now we did. There is no volume group for this physical volume. So that's why it's empty here. But volume group size, sorry, physical volume size is a 2 GB and size entire 2 GB is free now. So if you need detailed information, VG display is a command, then DEV, then SDA3. Then you are going to get the detailed information about your physical volume. So physical volume name, there is no VG, then 2 GB size. There is no availability because we need to connect to the VG, then it is going to available, right? So I will tell you about PE, those all stuff. And this is UUID, universal unique ID. Each and every device is having one universal unique ID to identify the device. UID stands for universal unique ID. I hope you got it, guys, right? So clear. Next step, what we need to do? First step completed. Then with the help of this PG, sorry guys, PV, with the help of this PV, we need to create this VG. Simple. So simple command, VG create, that's it. So VG create is a command. Then VG name, for example, my underscore VG, any name you can give. It's not like this. You need to provide my underscore VG. If you want, you can give your department name also. It's not a problem. Dev, ops, like this you can give. Dev team, for dev team the storage, for ops team the storage, like this you can give. It's not a problem, right? So VG, my underscore VG is a volume group name. Then how we need to create this VG? With the help of PV. Simple syntax. VG create is a command. VG name space PV name. That's it. Then hit enter. See guys, volume group my underscore VG successfully created. Successfully it got created, right? Then verify whether it got created or not. VGS is a command. PVS, VGS. PV status, VG status. Simple, right? Then we have one VG called my underscore VG. It having one PV, but there is no LVMs, zero LVMs. We didn't create LVMs still, right? We need to create, right? There is no snapshot. Snapshot also I'm not going to teach now here, okay? So attributes 2 GB and 2 GB free. Then coming to here, RHEL, 1 PV, 3 LVs. 3 LVs will have, see, 3 LVMs will have. What is those 3 LVMs? Root, home, swap. I hope you got it now, right? So clear. If you want, you can use VG display also. If you need a detailed information about your VG, use VG display and then provide the VG name call my underscore VG. That's it. Then hit enter. You're going to get the detailed information about your VG. So see guys here, VG name, my underscore VG, then version 2, metadata area, meta sequence number, right? And then read and write permission it having, resizable permissions we can. So here 2 GB size. Guys, remember this one, PE size. PE stands for physical extents. Physical extents. Physical extents size by default 4 MB. Remember this one. I'll tell you later about physical extents. By default size is a 4 MB because it's important for exam certification. Remember, okay? So then common like UUID and those all stuff will have, right? Now, what we need to do next? We need to create LVM, logical volume management. So how to create the LVM? It's very simple. LV create, man. So no need to write. So you can write into your brain. So it's not a big deal. LPV create, VG create, LV create. Simple. PV create means physical volume creation. VG create means volume group creation. LV create means logical volume creation. That's it. Hyphen capital L means length. Length. How much size we need to provide for this LVM? Length, guys. Hyphen capital L. This is length, okay? So you can give according to your requirement maximum 2 GB. That's it. Because our volume group size is a 2 GB, we are unable to create more than 2 GB. Okay, I'm trying to providing 400 MB size. Hyphen N means name. Hyphen N means name. You can give any name. For example, I'm trying to providing my underscore LV. With whom we need to create? With VG we need to create simple. LV create is a command. Hyphen capital L is option to fix the size, to set the size of particular LV. Hyphen N name of the LVM with whom we need to create with VG. So VG name we need to provide. That's it, simple. Then hit enter. Logical volume my underscore LV created successfully. So if you need to verify, LVS is a command, logical volume status. Then my underscore LV is a logical volume. It's connecting with my underscore VG volume group and those all attributes. And this is 400 MB size. And like the same way, home you'll have, root you'll have, swap you'll have. But we are not going to bother about home, root, swap because it's related to operating system. Don't disturb those all. Okay. I hope you're clear, guys. Yes, no. Right. So now logical volume it got created. If you want to can check LV display, then hit enter. Go a little bit up, scroll up. Then you are going to get the logical volume details. See, guys. This is a path we need to store the data. We should not store the data into the DVSDA3. Don't format DVSDA3. We need to format this one. This is a path. LV name, my underscore LV. VG name, my underscore VG. And this is a UUID of LV. And we have read and write permissions. Then our system name and time and those all stuff available. Total how much? 400 MB. So guys, we have one option called LE. LE stands for logical extents. P stands for physical extents. LE stands for logical extents, right? Logical extent size, how much will have? 100. 4 into 100, how much? PE size into LE size is equal to actual LVM size. I hope you got it. 4 MB PE size, 100 MB LE size. 4 into 100, 400. That is the actual LE size. Means inside this 400 MB will have 4 logical parts. Each part size is 100 MB. Logical parts. That is we need to call in technical term chunk of the disk space. Chunks. 4 chunks will have. Each chunk size is 100 MB. I hope you got it. Chunk in the sense one small part. One small part, logical part. That is called chunk. అంటే మన హార్డ్ డిస్క్ లోపల మనం పార్టిషన్ చేసినప్పుడు స్మాల్ చంక్స్ క్రియేట్ అవుతాయి అనమాట. ఆ చంక్ నే చిన్న పార్ట్ అంటాం అనమాట. ఆ ఒక చంక్ సైజ్ వచ్చేసరికి 100 MB ఉంటుంది. అది లోపల జరిగే విషయం. మనకు కనిపించేది టోటల్ గా 400 MB కనిపిస్తుంది. We are going to get 400 MB, but inside logically it got divided into 4 parts. Each part size is 100 MB, right? So I hope you got it, guys, right? So now we need to store the data into LVM. If you want, you can use LV scan also. You're going to get the LVM's list. So LVM, just now we did 400 MB. Got it, guys? Now we need to store the data into this LVM. How we need to store the data into LVM? First step, we need to format. Means we need to assign the file system. How to assign the file system? MKFS is a command. Well, chocolate these madam. Okay, so MKFS is a command. -T is option. Guys, instead of using XFS, I'm using ext4. Why? I'll tell you. XFS having one small drawback. Drawback in the sense it's not a drawback for real time. If you're using XFS, what will happen is you can increase the partition size, but you're unable to reduce. Got it, guys? You are unable to reduce. We can increase. बढ़ा सकते हो, घटा नहीं पाओगे. So if you need to decrease, if you need to reduce the partition size, in sense, what we need to do in a sense, again, we need to get the snapshot. Then we need to delete this main partition. Again, we need to create small partition. Then we need to recover the data from the snapshot. That is a very lengthy story. I'm not going to cover here. I'm going to cover that where admin course. So got it, guys. I hope you're clear. So that's why I'm using ext4. ext4 having this feature, we can increase, we can reduce without losing any file system, right? So now ext4, then dev my underscore vg my underscore lv, simple. Then hit enter. We assigned which partition type, which file system? ext4 file system, right? Then how to check? blk id is a command, block id is a command. Then dev my underscore bg and then my underscore lv. I hope you got it. Then we need to create a mount point. How to create the mount point? Okay, instead of using mlt, I'm going to use my own directory. Why unnecessary time waste? What happened, guys? On top of the desktop itself. Okay. mkdir home student desktop dir1. So with the help of this dir1, we are going to create the mount point on top of the desktop for this LVM, right? How to create the mount point? Mount is a command, right? dev my underscore vg my underscore lv home student desktop dir1. Then hit enter. See, guys. So yesterday icon and this icon, we have the difference between those both icons. Yesterday, solid hard disk drive. Today, it's looking like DVD. So means we can increase, we can reduce. So if you reboot the operating system, what will I'll do one thing. I'm going to create few files and directories inside the dir1. Okay. So now I'm trying to creating few files. For example, file 1, 2, file 2. Got it, guys? Yes, no? mkdir, dir1 to dir4, like this. You can create the files and check the list. Okay. So don't bother about this one. Last was found. Actually, this is for backup, means to recover the, maybe if you're having any disaster, if it is happened, then we are going to recover. Okay. So now what we are doing, we are going to reboot the operating system. What will happen if you reboot the operating system? So you are going to lose the mount point, but we are not going to lose the data. We'll have the data inside our logical volume, but we are going to lose the mount point, right? How to create the permanent mount point? With the help of etc fstab file. With the help of etc fstab file, we are going to create the permanent mount point. So we need to wait few minutes. Right. So let's log in. మేమంతా So let's see, guys. Yeah, it's gone. Right. So let's see here how to create the permanent mount point. So etc. Okay. So మేడం చెప్తున్నారు, చెప్పనివ్వండి. చెప్పండి మేడం. vim/etc fs tab, then insert, go to end of the line, then dev slash ఎక్కడ SDA3 అంటారేమో అనుకుంటున్నాను. Very good, super. I'll get the chocolate for you on Monday. Okay, not now. Okay, so we don't have chocolates now along with me. So my underscore VG, my underscore LV. Very good. Then slash home, then student desktop, then dir1. ext4 file system default permissions, then 00 dumping and check sequence. Save and quit. Then what we need to do? Mount -e. So to reset all the mount points, automatically mount point it got created. So if you want, you can verify. So we'll have the data. So try to reboot now. What will happen? We are not going to lose the mount point even if you're rebooting. So I hope you got it, guys. How to create the LVM, how to create the partition, means how to assign the file system, how to create the mount point, permanent mount point for LVM. So actually, what is the use of LVM? As of now, I hope you're clear, right? What is the use of LVM exactly? We can increase, we can reduce. Now we are going to perform that one. How to increase the LVM size without losing file system? How to reduce the LVM size without losing file system? So let's see, guys, here. బాగుందంట మూవీ, రిలీజ్ అయింది కదా భారతీయుడు. మూవీ గురించి అడిగితే ఎన్ని ఆన్సర్లు వస్తున్నాయి, ఇట్లా కాదు. అదే ఎల్విఎం గురించి అడిగితే అక్కడ ఆన్సర్ చెప్పాడు. అయిపోయింది వెళ్ళేసి. బాగుందా లేదా? యావరేజా? నిజంగా చూడలేదు, నాకు తెలియదు అసలు రిలీజ్ అని. రియలీ లేదంటే మార్నింగ్ వేసేసి ఉండేవాడిని, ఆల్రెడీ మార్నింగ్ చూసేసి ఉండేవాడిని. నాకు తెలియదు రిలీజ్ అని. ఇందాక యూట్యూబ్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే ఆ రివ్యూస్ పెట్టున్నారు అనమాట. అప్పుడు తెలిసి నువ్వు భారతీయ మూవీ రిలీజ్ అయిందా అని. తెలియదు నాకు నిజంగా. సో లెట్స్ సీ, గైస్. యా, సో లాగిన్ యాజ్ ఏ root user, right? Then we have the mount point. We are not going to lose, right? Okay. So now how to increase the, we have 400 MB, right? I'm trying to increasing 400 to 600, right, guys? It's very easy. It's not a big deal, but while you're trying to reducing at the time, be careful. Okay. So LV extend is a command. Simple. We are extending the LV size. So that's why LV extend. LV extend is a command, -L. How much you need to add? So I need to increase 400 to 600. How much we need to add now? Plus 200 MB. To whom? DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Then hit enter. See, guys, extending logical volume my underscore LV to 600 MB. This is 100% exam question. Certification. Guys, almost 50% you are going to crack if you are focusing on it. What I'm trying to teaching in this, 50% you are going to crack easily. That 30% I have hold because we should not teach entire content. Actually, we should not copy. So that's why. Okay. So let's see, guys, here. So how to check the, so guys, if you check the mount point, in this mount point, it's showing still 400 MB approximately, right? 380 means 400 MB, right? Yes, no, means it's not updated properly. So resize to FS is a command. Resize to FS is a command to resize the LVM. Got it, guys? Clear? ext4. If you're using XFS, you need to use XFS underscore grow FS. Got it, guys? So for XFS, this is a command you need to use to resize. For ext4, this is a command you need to use. Remember, maybe if you're having XFS file system for LVM to resize, we need to use this one, XFS underscore grow FS, right? So if you're having ext4, you should use resize to FS. Which one now we need to use? Resize to FS is a command we need to use, right? Resize XFS కాదు, resize FS to FS, okay? So resize to FS, then DEV my underscore VG and my underscore LV, then hit enter. Then let's check the DF hyphen capital TH. It became 600 MB now. Like this, you can increase. Let's verify whether we'll have the data or not. Open this one. You're not going to lose the data. We'll have the data. అది LUKS అని చెప్పేసి ఉంది. అది ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పనుగా. అడ్మిన్ కూడా LUKS అంటే అంతగా ఎవరు యూజ్ చేయట్లేదు అందుకని. So like BitLocker, we'll have BitLocker in Windows, right? Like the same, we will have LUKS. So let's see, guys, here. I hope you got it. Yes, no? Clear? How to reduce? Please focus on it. If you did small mistake, even you are going to lose entire data. You are going to lose the file system. So first, what we need to do in a sense, first you need to unmount. Reducing, guys. Umount is a command, right? Minus 200 in the first in and jepta. So /dev my underscore VG and my underscore LV. We need to unmount. The mount point, it's gone. Right, guys? Then we need to organize the data. E2FSCK is a command. It's a mandatory, guys. -F is an option. Then we need to provide the LVM. So it is going to check each and every directory, inodes and everything. It is going to organize the data. This is a command. It's a very, very important. Without executing this command, you are unable to reduce the size. First step, you need to unmount. Second step, you should execute E2FSCK, right? So to organize the data, to check those all the directories and those all stuff, right? Next step, we need to resize the partition. Resize to FS DV my underscore VG my underscore LV to 600 to 400. So that's why again I'm giving 400. Guys, if you want, you can give below 400 also. It's not a problem according to your requirement. But if you're having the data, you are going to lose. If you're having more than 400 MB data, you are going to lose the data. So that's why. So I'm providing 400 MB. See, guys. Wow, 1 minute. So resize to FS. Right. That's it. Okay. So already we executed na E2FSCK command. Why it's asking again? E2FSCK already. I think there is a bug, guys, here. Okay, help కాదు already పోయింది అది. E2FSCK execute చేసే కదా చేసాం. Again it's asking again, you need to run E2FSCK first, like that. Okay. Okay, no issues. Then resize, I think we lose the file system. So resize to FS. Next, LV reduce -capital L minus 200 MB, right? Then DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV. Yes. Okay. Got it, guys. So clear. It got reduced 400 to, sorry, 600 to 400 MB now. ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగండి చెప్తాను. DIR 1 ఏంది మధ్యలో నాకు అర్థం కావట్లే. Right. It's good. Okay. Next, mount -A. So we lose the file system. Actually, there is a bug into this operating system. Let's see. I'm going to use another operating system here. I have server operating system. I'm going to perform a little bit quickly, right? మనం execute చేసింది అయితే కరెక్టే. Same commands we need to follow. Same command I'm going to execute into this operating system. Let's see. MKDR ఇంకా అవసరం లేదు. పర్మనెంట్ మౌంట్ పాయింట్ చేసి ఉన్నాం కదా, దాన్ని అన్మౌంట్ చేసాము. మళ్ళీ దాన్ని రీసెట్ చేయాలంటే మౌంట్ -A ఇస్తే సరిపోద్ది. మళ్ళీ దానికి మౌంట్ స్పేస్ అట్లా ఇవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ సీ హియర్. PV create. First of all, we need to create few partitions. Guys, I'm doing little bit quickly. Right? So 400 MB. How to increase? LV extend. So we don't have the data. If you want, you can create mount point. You can. So how to create the mount point? Directly, I'm going to create the permanent mount point. MKDIR home student desktop dir 1. Right? So vim/etc fs tab and go to end of the line. So dev slash my underscore vg slash my underscore lv, then home student desktop dir 1. So then ext4. I think we didn't assign the file system, right? You're going to get error now. So no issues. We'll assign the file system. mkfs -t ext4 dev my underscore vg, then slash my underscore lv. Then you are not going to get the error now. So then execute mount -A. Then you are going to get the mount point. Okay. So little bit quickly I did. So we got a mount point. How to increase we know. So I'll do one thing. I'm going to store the data for verification purpose. Okay. So touch command file1 to file4 mkdir dir1 to dir4. So we have some data, right? Okay. So I'm back to root users home directory. Now we are trying to increasing the partition size. LV extend already we know. So LV extend minus L cap -L. Then we are trying to extending plus 200 MB to whom? DEV my underscore vision my underscore. It got extended successfully. But while you are executing this command, it will show you old volume size only. So that's why resize, sorry, resize to fs, then dev my underscore vg and my underscore lv, then hit enter. So let's check df hyphen capital th. Now it became 600 MB. Now we need to reduce. First of all, unmount it. Unmount dev my underscore vg and my underscore lv. Right, guys? Then e2 fsck hyphen f dev my vg my lv. Got it, guys? Now resize to fs, then dev my vg my lv to 400 MB. It got resized now successfully. Inda mana rala error ochindi. Again, it is showing we need to execute. Ade kada inda kuda chestam. Akkada edante glitch ochindi annamata. Small glitch ochindi. Andukani cheppesi operating system having some problem, right? So got it, guys. Now it became 400 MB. Right, guys? It became 400 MB. Then what we need to do? We need to remove additional 200 MB from this volume. So lv reduce is a command hyphen capital L minus 200 MB from dev my vg my lv. Yes, if you having more than 400 MB data, you're going to lose like this. It's providing the warning message. We don't have that much of data, right? So you can proceed. It's not a problem, right? Then it got resized and then execute mount hyphen sa. కానీ అక్కడ ఏదో some problem. Same steps in execute చేసిన అక్కడ కూడా. Same steps only we executed in that operating system also. Maybe that operating system is having some glitch while I'm trying to taking the snapshot at the time. Got it, guys? So clear, right? So కానీ ఇక్కడ 400 MB చూపిస్తుందా, right? ఇది కూడా చెక్ చేసుకోండి ఒకసారి. df hyphen capital th. So let's verify whether we'll have the data or not. Home, student, desktop, capital D, guys. Okay, desktop dir1. Then try to check the list. We have the data. Like this, you can increase, you can reduce the file system. Right? Okay. So as of now, I hope you're clear, guys. As of now, I hope you're clear. How to increase the LVM, how to reduce the LVM. But I need more than 200 GB LVM, guys. Is it possible now? I require more than 200 GB LVM size. Is it possible now? 2 GB కంటే ఎక్కువ కావాలి నాకు సైజు. నేను అదే కదా అడిగింది. VG కాదు, LV. VG size is a 2 GB, so that's why it's depend on VG, right? LVM, it's depend on VG. VG size is a 2 GB. Till 2 GB LVM, we can create. More than 2 GB, we are unable to create. But I need to create. Then what we need to do? Pankaj, please focus on it. So now what I am going to do in a sense, I am going to add this fourth partition into VG. Fourth means fifth partition, not fourth partition, okay? 4 GB partition, we need to convert into PV. PV, we are going to attach to this existing VG. Then this VG, it will become 2 plus 4, how much? 6 GB. We can increase LVM, we know already how to increase the LVM size. Then how to increase the VG size, now we are going to discuss. 10 minutes on that, right? Ye panunda hindi wala. So let's see, guys, here. How to increase the VG size. So it's very simple, guys. But you need to focus on it. Really, Linux is a very, very easy if you focus on it. Compared to Windows, you know. A Windows lo aina kuda. So if you go to Windows, we need to click there. We need to click there. Then we need to open this Windows button. Here doesn't need one command, finish. So let's see, guys, here. Actually, I have started the career as a Windows admin only. But the situation it got demand, then I have moved from Windows to Linux. Okay, right. So now let's see here how we need to increase the VG size. Guys, let's check PVS. How many volumes will have? 2 volumes will have, right? VG, DV, SDA2, it belongs to operating system. This is SDA3, it belongs to our LVM, right? Okay, so now we are trying to extending the VG size. How to extend the VG size? We need to add additional volume, then only it is going to extend, right? VG extend is a command, guys. VG extend is a command. My underscore VG. Then we are going to add SDA5. Actually, SDA5 automatically it is going to convert into PV. This PV it is going to attach to this VG. So now let's check. VG display is a command. My underscore VG. Then it became 6 GB. Two partitions. If you need like a little bit detailed information, execute this one. VGS, PVS, DV, SDA3, SDA5. Those both belongs to my underscore VG volume group. I hope you got it. Now VG size, it got increased 2 GB to 6 GB. Now my intention is, I need to remove the 2 GB. I need only 4 GB VG size. Means we are reducing the VG size now. How to increase the VG size? I hope you're clear. Simple. You are going to add new volume into VG with the help of VG extend command. Now how to reduce? But reduction mean I'm not going to remove the 4 GB. I need to keep 4 GB. I need to remove this 2 GB volume. Can we remove? No, at present, because this volume in use, our LVM, our data, everything, it's available into SDA3. We are unable to remove this SDA3 2 GB volume. First, what we need to do in the sense, we need to migrate the entire data and LVM, both we need to migrate from here to here. Then how? PV move is a command. Then PV name SDA3 to PV name SDA5. Simple. Entire LVM along with the data, everything it is going to move from SDA3 to SDA5 now. Now SDA3 is free. Then you can remove. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right? Right, guys. I hope you got it. It got moved into SDA5. Let's check. Now 2 GB is free. Now here, before 4 GB will have, it became 3.61. Means 400 MB, it got moved from SDA3 to SDA5. Now SDA3 is free, you can remove. How to remove? VG, don't use remove, guys, okay? Reduce. VG reduce. If you are using remove, enter VG, it is going to delete, okay? So VG reduce, then which one? Simple. So let's check VG display, then my underscore VG, then it became 4 GB. But you are not going to lose the data, you'll have the data. See, I hope you got it, guys. How to increase the volume size, logical volume size, and how to reduce the logical volume size. How to increase the volume group size, how to reduce the volume group size. I hope you're clear. Then finally, we are going to delete everything. How to delete, right? Guys, reverse process only. Wherever if you want, you can go. So if you need to delete, better to use reverse process. First LV, LVM, then VG, then PV. Right, guys? LV remove is a command, right? Then DEV, my underscore VG and my underscore LV. What happened? File system in use. Before removing this, you need to unmount VIM / etc fs tab. Remove those entries from fs tab, right? Then unmount it. Then mount -a, right? Then you can execute this command. Now it's asking, yes, always we are going to lose the data. It got deleted. VG remove, next command. My underscore VG. VG, it got removed successfully. PV remove is a command. Then DEV, SDA3. How many PVs will have? 2, right? SDA3, SDA5. Both we got removed. Then fdisk, DEV, SDA, D. Delete. Fifth partition. Then D. Delete. Fourth partition. D. Delete. Third partition. Finish. W to save. Part probe. DEV, SDA. Simple. Like this, you can perform the LVMs. Snapshot, I'm not going to cover here, right? Snapshot and those all stuff we are going to cover into system admin course. ఏంటమ్మా మండే కవర్ చేయాలా మండే ఇంకోటి ఉంది కవర్ చేయడం నెట్వర్కింగ్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ మండే ఆన్వర్డ్స్ డోంట్ మిస్ నేను డోంట్ మిస్ అంటే ఎవరు రా నాకు తెలుసు డోంట్ మిస్ అంటే రారు అదేందో అర్థం కాదు రైట్ సో actually we have one question. If you okay for 10 minutes, then I'll continue. అర్థం కాలేదమ్మా అంటే ఇంటికి వెళ్ళాలా ఏందో చెప్పండి గట్టిగా మీరేదో చెప్తారు నాకేమి వినిపించదు షెల్ కమాండ్ అదా చెప్తానా సో గాట్ ఇట్ గైస్ సో we have exam question I will teach you on Monday for 10 to 15 minutes it will take, and after that I'm going to start networking concept. Okay, I will upload Pankaj this file. I will upload into, I am unable to upload the file into chat box. Okay, notes ఎక్కడ ఉంటుందా notes ఆ Google Drive లో ఉంటుంది. I'm not able to find the I'll upload actually this history file today or tomorrow, then you can. That is what I'm saying. Okay, you'll have old file, right? Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Happy weekend. Over weekend we can practice. Really? Okay, I'll upload definitely for you. Okay, so now itself only I'm going to upload, right? So అంత పెద్ద మాట అన్న తర్వాత అప్లోడ్ చేయకపోతే కష్టం. Okay, you can do the practice. I'm very happy for that particular board. You're going to perform the practical session entire weekend, right? Okay, so okay guys, so that's all for today. This is all about LVM. So Monday I'll teach exam related question, LVM exam related question, and then Monday, so we are going to start new concept called networking. It will take 4 days to complete. 4 days to complete networking chapter, right? And SSH 1 day. How to deploy your isolated network, I will teach you guys. After completing this 4 days, you are going to become expert in networking. That is my assurity, but it's depend on you. Got it, guys? Sir, if we remove LVM and then reboot, then it also it will remove, sir. I'm unable to understand what he's asking. If you remove the LVM, if you delete the LVM, that's it. If we having snapshot, then we can recover. We need to get the snapshot. SN like that we'll have, right? One more option. That is SN means snapshot. So if we having snapshot, we can recover. If you delete the LVM, that's it. We are unable to recover. Even if you reboot, even if you didn't reboot, you are unable to get the data. Okay. Right. So thank you guys. See you on Monday. So happy weekend. Bye.